What's up, guys? Your boy 22K13, and I'm here to give y'all 10 shots WWE need to do to book at Extreme Rules. And this is coming from WhatCulture.com. WrestleMania 31 was contrary to most expectation. A fantastic show. It featured a lot of great matches and legitimate surprises, as well as some truly memorable entrances and non-logical moment that demonstrated that WWE go all out for the biggest show of the year. However, the general trend in WWE is that immediately afterward, WWE tends to lose momentum and the quality of its shows drop off a bit. Only on rare occasions has the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania been as good as or better than the grandest show of them all. Therefore, in order to keep their positive momentum going, WWE needs to make Extreme Rules 2015 as shocking as possible, with the exception of the main event match, which was still great, and the DX versus NWO confrontation also great. WrestleMania didn't have that many big surprises. Cena still won, Undertaker came out victorious, and most people were able to properly guess the outcome of virtually every other match. Extreme Rules need to be full of surprises, from changes in allegiance to the separation and reformation of tag teams, to unexpected run-ins, to violent outbursts. The 10 shocks presented in this article don't all have to take place at Extreme Rules, but having at least a few of these occurring would make Extreme Rules that much more memorable of a show. These entries are based off a combination of expecting booking direction WWE will go in, and some wishful thinking on the part of the author. Either way, he is hoping for a fantastic Extreme Rules 2015, which will feature some truly shocking moments, such as number 10, Big Show split from the Authority. A rift in the Authority has been teased for quite some time, especially with how Kane has been treated in recent weeks. Seth Rollins basically presented Kane as that big guy who doesn't really do much, and he was berated this past week on Raw to the point that he was teased leaving the Authority. However, if there's one person who should leave the Authority instead, it should be the Big Show. It makes sense to keep Kane as part of the Authority because WWE seems hell bent on per- perpetuating some kind of authority figure in WWE, and Kane wrote as the rest of Operation, whatever that means, is the only one on the show while Triple H and Stephanie McMahon aren't on the show. For Big Show, however, the Authority hasn't yielded any particular success for him. While some might point to his victory in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that had nothing to do with his association with the powers that be. What he did gain from outlining with the Authority was a huge number of losses, including a dozen to Roman Reigns alone, and had truly lost that unstoppable giant presentation he once had. As sort of a twist, Big Show should be the one to split from the Authorities instead of Kane, by attacking both the Authority and whoever they victimizing at Extreme Rules. This doesn't necessarily mean turning Big Show face, because that happens way too often. Instead, Show should only look after himself and enjoy one last hurrah before retiring. He had done it all in WWE, and finishing his career as a pro authority stuck up is not how his stellar career should end. Number 9, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan reunite at a tag team. Let's be honest here. Ever since Eric Rowan and Luke Harper split up from Bray Wyatt, they floundering as single competitors. Harper was a perpetual member of the Authority and enjoyed a brief Intercontinental Championship reign, while Rowan was supposedly given a genius venture gimmick, but the gimmick was never expanded upon. Since their separation, they faced each other several times with little to no build, and have really lost steam as superstars. Because of this, it would be shocking and interesting to see them reunite and enter the tag team title hunt. With the Usos out of commission for a while, the New Day slowly building momentum. Los Matadores being so low on the card, they a comedy gimmick and the primetime players feel along with from being seen as a credible challenger. The Wyatt family, composed of Harper and Rowan, will be a nice addition to the tag team division. This is especially important considering most of their intentional time together as was intentional time together was spending serving Bray Wyatt and teaming up against John Cena or Bray other enemies. Harper and Rowan have main event experience. They have been very popular as demonstrated by the Shield vs. Wyatt family segment. And they have very good tag team chemistry when working together. On Raw, WWE could announce a multi-team elimination match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, similar to WrestleMania because WWE loves to repeat match types. Only they would leave one of the teams a mystery. then at Extreme Rules, the final team would come down to the ring as Harper and Rowan, and all the participants would be shocked. In doing so, the tag team division will get 2 additional faces. 2 otherwise floundering mid-carders will have something better to do than win and lose random pointless matches. Number 8, a new Paul Heyman guy. With Brock Lesnar suspended until further notice for his devastating attack on Raw a few weeks ago, Paul Heyman lost his most important client. This makes Paul Heyman exceptionally useless in terms of storyline development, which is unfortunate when you consider how much of a promo master he really is. So what better way to keep Paul Heyman relevant and on TV than by introducing a new Paul Heyman guy? Last year, Cesaro became a Paul Heyman guy, but tragically nothing came of it. Possibly due to creative indecision, this year will be different as whoever Heyman offered his service to this time around would benefit from them many times over. This year, Heyman should recruit someone who's a heel, and Heyman expertise on the microphone will help elevate that person by a significant degree. One option would be for him to pair with the Ascension, a heel tag team that have found little success since leaving NXT. Pairing them with Heyman would give them more legitimacy, and Heyman would be able to sell them as more of a threat than they could done themselves. Another possibility could be Big Show, who, if he split from the Authority, would need a mouthpiece to talk for him. Plus, he and Heyman have history, which could lead to some good chemistry together. The third option would be either Luke Harper or Eric Rowan or both of them as tag team. Neither one of them particularly good with promo despite their intimidating appearance. Once again, with Paul Heyman, he could do all the talking for either one of them or the team, and he would be more then capable of presenting them a dangerous threat once again. So the general point of this entry is that the WWE needs to keep Paul Heyman excuse me, on screen as much as possible. He's the best talker in WWE today, and not using his talent with a microphone to help build more stars for the future would be a simply terrible idea. Number 7. A Dean Ambrose heel turn. Even though he's popular as a face, Ambrose's career since the breakup of the Shield has hit a wall. Of the three members of that group, he is the least successful and has fallen from arguably the top babyface in the fall of 2014 to that terrible place known as the mid-card purgatory. He has lost virtually every major pay-per-view match since the Shield dissolution. He has been without a serious creative direction, and his moniker as the Lunatic Fringe hasn't yielded any serious character development or memorable moment, save for the terrible segment involving Seth Rollins' mannequin. Therefore, the best way to save Dean Ambrose would be for him to turn heel. His character definitely worked better than he lacked a moral compass and nothing say lunatic friends like a madman, attacking whoever he wants and brutally assaulting whoever gets in his way. One possible direction for him to go and would be to turn heel and attack new U.S. champion John Cena mercenarily since John Cena defeated him for the title on Raw after WrestleMania. Ambrose could show a darker side that emphasized brutality, and attacking Cena will re-evaluate him after months of losing and falling down the card, while emphasizing Cena as the fighting champion, adding more value to the title itself. Whatever direction WWE takes Ambrose in going forward, he can't stay as a face because he has floundered as one. If he wants to keep his nickname as the Lunatic Fringe, he needs to live up to that situation and just go crazy and attack people with uncontrollable brutality. It's a much better direction than being a stale, smiling babyface with a slight lunatic tendency. Number 6. A Brock Lesnar revenge run-in. Brock Lesnar was suspended, so he's not expected to be seen in WWE for a long time. One could make an educated guess and assume that he'd be seen again sometime around SummerSlam because his new contract is similar to his old one and allow him to work limited dates, which pretty much means only the most important of the show during the calendar year. What WWE should do to keep Lesnar relevant until his next big match is to have him make a surprise entrance at Extreme Rules and do a revenge run-in, attack whoever he wants. What would make this run-in more memorable would be that Lesnar would disregard Stephanie's authority and would break through any army of security officials. We've seen many fights in unsanctioned brawl where they get ruined by referees, agents, and other personnel which take away from the magic of the moment. Lesnar beat down on, for example, Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, will also have him push aside referees and agents trying to restrain him. This will perpetuate Lesnar's image as a freakishly strong monster while continuing his disregard for the authorities and doing what he wants. It will also keep fans interested in him while he is away from the ring and will provide viewers with a memorable moment at Extreme Rules. In the end, Lesnar needs to show up at Extreme Rules and bring the pain to someone on the roster. He's too popular and too much of a badass to let something as trivial as a suspension keep him away from WWE programming. Number 5. Charlotte full-time main show debut. With AJ Lee studying an unexpected retirement from WWE, the Diva division is once again lacking in the skilled worker department. While they do have the likes of Natalya and Paige, and to a lesser extent Naomi, as reliable worker, a big part of AJ Lee's popularity was her emphasizing on actual wrestling over appearances. In order for her, in order for someone to fill the void caused by her retirement, WWE need to bring in someone who has a reputation for hard work and excellent wrestling while still doing well in the Nook department. Anna Charlotte, Ric Flair's daughter, is one of the most praised women in WWE right now. Many of the WWE higher up, including Vince himself, are said to be really happy with her work, and many observers think that it's only a matter of time before Charlotte makes a full-time debut on WWE flagship show. While she wouldn't be having the same kind of wrestling matches on Raw or SmackDown that she would in NXT due to the main show's ridiculous time constraints and rigid nature, her skill would make her an ideal candidate for the main show and would attract a lot of regular NXT viewers to the main show. In terms of Extreme Rules, WWE could continue with current Battle Royal storyline where one of the Divas faces Nikki Bella at Extreme Rules for the WWE Divas Championship. After Nikki was retained because Total Diva, Charlotte would come down the aisle and attack both Bellas, signaling her intent of capturing the Divas Championship. It would make a nice surprise, especially considering that Charlotte is an amazing wrestler whose skills are desperately needed in an otherwise limited division with few other great female wrestlers. Number 4, Sheamus does a Brock Lesnar style beatdown. What's the best way to counter the "you look stupid" chant that have been directed at Sheamus since his return on the Raw after WrestleMania? By having him declimate someone or something so badly that it becomes the new talking point when Sheamus' name is brought up. Instead of having him out, instead of having him cut any promos, what WWE should do is something similar to his Raw debut in 2009 when he declamated Jamie Noble so badly that he was forced into retirement. That established Sheamus as a dangerous force on Raw. And evaluating him very quickly, he wasn't cutting promos, he was attacking people left, right, and center without provocation or reason. The idea behind this would be really evaluate Sheamus as a credible threat to the champion and the company. People need to stop thinking of Sheamus as that guy who only gets pushed because he's buddy with Triple H, and instead of thinking of him as that mobile guy that people want to see kick other people's asses, that guy people want to see get what he has coming to him. The current rumor suggests that Sheamus is scheduled to face Dolph Ziggler in single competition at Extreme Rules. To achieve this goal of evaluating Sheamus, WWE should book him to destroy Ziggler so badly that Ziggler had to be stretched out of the arena and a storyline put on the shelf This would garner him some serious heat, especially since the crowd simply loves Ziggler and switch the fans focusing from his appearance to his action. Number 3, a New Day heel turn. On the April 6th edition of Raw, it appeared that all three members of the New Day were criticizing their own gimmick and seemed to embrace the boos that were coming their way, which was repeated on that week's episode of SmackDown. Most people agree their heel turn is coming, if but it would be truly memorable if they were to go full heel at Extreme Rules. In doing so, they would abandon their gospel-inspired gimmick and adopt what should have been their gimmick in the first place, a 21st century version of the Nation of Domination. While it's true that WWE might be afraid to pull the trigger on this kind of gimmick, especially given the continuing controversy surrounding the death of African Americans and the serious race issue in part of the country, this gimmick wouldn't be a facial black power statement that defined the old nation. This would be the kind of we fighting for our right to be treated fairly and would be based on how they've been regulated to the undercard undeservedly. Long term, the idea behind this gimmick would present a story around these three men trying to break a glass ceiling and could later include them capturing the tag team and or US IC Championship, but for Extreme Rules, the New Day should be booked in a multi-team match for the tag team titles. And if they would be eliminated, but afterward, once all the other teams exhausted from competition, the New Day would attack all of them in brutal fashion and would stand tall afterward, holding the title. Number 2, Sting and The Undertaker make their WrestleMania 32 match official. It was it was it was instantly rumored that Sting and Undertaker would appear on Raw after WrestleMania to tease their inevitable match at WrestleMania 32. That never happened. And the most in, in the most anticipated match in modern WWE history is still speculated at best. That is why WWE should have both of them appear at Extreme Rules 2015 for a short confrontation and signal their intention to face off. This could be done in a similar way as the Undertaker match with Triple H at WrestleMania 28, I think, or 29. No. 28 or 27, I think. Where both men where both men got to be WrestleMania logos and did their signature talk. Wow, that won't be possible now with the Mania logo gone now. It would be very easy for one of them identity Undertaker to say the words you, me, WrestleMania. Not only would the garner huge interest in WWE flagship show for next year almost immediately, but it would also add more importance to Extreme Rules itself. Instead of having the biggest star appearing exclusively on the Big Four pay-per-view, putting such an historic de- declaration on a lesser pay-per-view would amplify its importance and would give fans a lot more to look forward to. After all, WWE succeeded with booking John Cena vs. The Rock a year ahead, and they could certainly garner that kind of interest in Undertaker vs. Sting and a real one-in-a-lifetime match since they missed out on doing so on the Raw after Mania. Extreme Rules 2015 would be the best time and place to do it. Last one. Number one. Samoa Joe debut with WWE representing NXT. If recent rumors are to be believed, not only has Samoa Joe filled all of his contractual obligations with Ring of Honor, but Triple H is said to be very high on him, and if signed, he would bring in a considerable viewership to WWE, especially toward NXT. However, the best way to create a shocking moment at Extreme Rules 2015 would be for Joe to skip NXT altogether and debut at Extreme Rules pay-per-view by attacking Randy Orton or Seth Rollins or both. In doing so, he would decimate whoever in the ring, and once he be done, Triple H music will play and Triple H will walk down to the ring and shake Joe's hand, indicating cooperation between the two. The justification for this move would be that in a WWE.com exclusive not too long ago, Triple H said that his goal is for NXT to be a rival brand to the main show, Raw and SmackDown. Over the past 2 years or so, NXT has been handed down the most popular WWE program, with some fans going as far as sending a thank you fruit basket, courtesy of Square Circle, and sharing thank you Hana during the NXT show. With NXT popularity at an all-time high and still rising, this is the ideal time for Triple H to make his move and introduce NXT as the de facto new WCW, in the sense that it rivals the popularity of both main shows and offers a different product than what Vince does. With Triple H wanting to sign big names from the independent scene, Samoa Joe would be the perfect fit. Despite his age and less than slender physique, Joe is one of the most popular indie wrestlers in his addition to NXT. Being a surge in WWE Network follower and having Joe attack WWE top star would be an ideal way for Triple H to start a war between NXT and Vince product. Furthermore, with Triple H off WTV for a few weeks, this would be an ideal time for his on-screen character to change from pro authority shield to the mastermind behind NXT. This is the perfect time for Triple H to prove to his father-in-law that his product, his darling NXT, is better than the main show. And if things are done the way they've been described here, Triple H would have the respect, fan interest, and revenue to prove it. Alright guys, that's it. It's your boy 22K13. See you guys on the next one. Peace.